I'm Gwen Mason, the Executive Director of the Stewart Foundation. You may ask, why did Hank and I start the Stewart Foundation? We started because we saw a deficit in our community of great leaders. We have our 4-quarter thrust that will strengthen our children, whole mind, body, and soul. Our first quarter is the Health and Financial Wellness Program. Housed inside of that particular quarter are great workshops.
Since being a part of the Stewart Foundation, I have learned to be more confident, and I've learned a better way of expressing myself to my peers.
Being a part of this foundation has taught me a lot about self-confidence. Being put on spot, giving speeches has taught me that my accomplishments can inspire others.
If I had to pick one thing that I've learned, it would be communication. Being president of the Hank Stewart Foundation, I had to give incredible speeches at all these wonderful events.
Then we go into what I call our soul-wrenching quarter. And we believe if we can change the feeler and the thinker inside of our children, they will begin to give back for years to come.
My most memorable experience would have to be the Gilgal event around Christmas time. It was just nice to see the ladies that we pampered. I had to give a little speech and explain to them that it was their day for them to be pampered, make them feel special, and it was just so heartwarming to see the smiles on their faces.
My most memorable experience with the foundation is when we went to the senior citizens home, and one of the senior citizens there adopted me as their granddaughter.
My most memorable experience, that's a really tough question. I have like 4 or 5 on the top of my head. Gilgal, all the youth white linens, and the mentor-mentee cabinet retreat.
But the beautiful thing about this is our youth get an opportunity to sit at the feet of those who have come before them, sharing wisdom with them. And our youth walk away so much better after this quarter than most. So we're exceptionally proud of our community service quarter. Then we venture into our power quarter, we call it, because we know that education is power.
I feel better equipped to make a difference in this world because I have experienced making a difference in my community, and I can spread that throughout the world.
We actually do prep courses for tests that we have in our community called Georgia Milestone. So it's to set our youth up for success. Then we have one of the biggest career days. We have more than 200 professionals to come out and share their work experiences and help our youth become who they desire. And then we have our social quarter because we believe people make the world go round. Our first component within the social quarter is a huge anti-bullying program to ensure that they understand, 1, bullying will not be tolerated, and 2, if you're being bullied, what do you do about it?
Being a leader means to carry yourself in a manner that you would want people to follow you. People don't look for followers. When you apply for a job or when you're in a crowd, they want to see a leader.
I feel equipped to make a difference in the world because my mentors and everyone in the Hank Stewart Foundation has taught me to be a good leader, a good listener, and a good teacher.
I think what makes a great leader is being confident, being able to connect with the people you are leading. You can't be a leader if you don't know who you're supposed to be leading.
We have an incredible etiquette program. Inside of that quarter as well, we have our youth white linen, where they begin to plan and execute their own form from beginning to end. So we have all the programs, but what we don't have is you.
One day our son was at school and he came home talking about this guy. He spoke to the class and he did a piece on some poetry. I didn't even know that our son was into poetry. I didn't know he could write, and I was kind of leery when he said he wanted to perform. But Hank inspired Cameron that day, and he brought something out that we didn't even know that existed.
After seeing my son have such a change of heart in his life, because at the time he was going through a rough time at school, and he needed something to change, and it did.
The essence of true leadership is being patient. Not only is it being patient, but it's also being a good listener and also a good follower.
Hello, my name is Hank Stewart. First of all, let me just thank all of our sponsors, all of our board members, all of our volunteers, our family, and most importantly, our youth. We could not do any of this without any of you all. So we want to thank you for your continued support, your time, your talent, and even your resources. So we're begging, we're asking, we're pleading that you will continue to allow us to do what God has called us to do, and let's serve the least of these, our children, in so many cases. Thank you very much, the Stewart Foundation.